Hi, today I'm going to be making salmon. I usually cut my salmon into pieces. This still came because this came into two pieces, so I needed a little bit of it. So this is based on a whole piece like I'm making. I'm not making in chunks. And then I won't be using flour or tomato paste for it also. So I washed it and just pat it dry a little bit. So this I'm using the seasoning for my salmon here. I have here teaspoon of garlic seasoning. And so it's this one. I pretty much use it for everything. It's a garlic bread seasoning. It's really good for everything. And then a teaspoon of black pepper and half teaspoon of chili, teaspoon and a half salt, and 1 teaspoon of lemon citric. It's a citric powder, so it's lemon. It's very sour. Or you can just use you can use a fresh lemon. You can use a quarter cup or something, and then mix it with it. So for later, I have my some of my green pepper. I have 1 onion sliced. I have like 3 potatoes sliced like this, and then half green pepper, and I have a lemon juice. Half lemon, which I'm gonna be squeezing out later, and then I'll use this one for my salmon. I will be also using same seasoning for my potato. So also I have here half cup of melted butter. So this is a tasty salty butter. It's a good quality one. I will be adding my seasoning all to it. And then if you use you don't use citric lemon, you can use just fresh lemon and then just squeeze it in here and also. So I'm gonna just stir this well. Just like that, and then I will just put it on my salmon just like that. So I'm gonna coat my salmon very well with it, and I'll be using the same as for my potatoes, and I'll show you when it's all done. So I put all the seasoning both sides of my salmon, and as you can see, because it's butter and my salmon is cold, it's got all cold up, but that's okay. Once I put it in the oven, the reason I usually put olive oil, but I put butter, so I need that crispy top. So I need that top to get crispy. So I put olive oil on my potatoes. You can put butter on it also. That's really up to you. And all the seasoning is to your taste. So you can add any seasoning you like. And if you don't like, you don't have to add any seasoning to your potatoes and stuff like the ones I had. Or you can just add whatever you like. It's really all up to you. And you can add any veggies you like. You can use also fresh garlic. I didn't use it. I used that powder. But you can use fresh garlic also. So this is how it's going to look like. I'm just going to pour that oil. And then I have just a lemon. I'm just going to squeeze the lemon also on top of all. I already put the citric lemon on my potatoes as well. So just for that nice smell of lemony, I'm going to leave my lemon in here as well. So I'm going to cover it with tin foil. And my oven is already preheated on 380 before I started getting this ready. It's going to go in for half an hour, 40 minutes to up to an hour. So I know the salmon cooks faster, but I need my potatoes to get cooked. So after 40 minutes, I'll show you how it looks, and I will see how long it's going to be. I usually do add tomatoes, so I use a whole tomato and cut them in slices. I put it with my potatoes and onion. But this time, I'm just going to add these baby tomatoes. So I just cut them in half, and I put them on top. It's just the juice of it. It's really nice, and it makes your potatoes, they cook faster, and it tastes really good too. So it's really up to you. You don't have to add if you don't like, but I just I like it, and I honestly always make my salmons with tomatoes. So I didn't add tomato paste this time, but it's good with fresh tomato. Now I'm going to cover it with the tin foil, and it's gonna go in the oven for 40 minutes to an hour. I'll show you after 40 minutes. It's just because I'm covering it so my potatoes can cook, because salmon can cook within 20 minutes to half an hour. Like that. And then after 40 minutes, if my potatoes are cooked, I'm going to take the topping off and leave it in for another 15 minutes or so the top can get a nice golden brown. So it's been 40 minutes that my salmon has been in the oven on 380. So as you can see, my potatoes are a little bit hard. Like, I mean, they cut, but they're a little bit hard. So I'm gonna cover it for another 10 minutes before I take the tin foil off and leave it without it. So it's been 50 minutes that this has been in the oven covered. So I'm gonna just move my tin foil. It's gonna go back. I'm gonna leave it on for another 15 minutes or until they're golden brown on top. If they're not golden brown after 15 minutes, everything's cooked. I'm gonna turn the boil on for 2-3 minutes just to get them really nice crisp, and I'll turn it off, but I'll show you before I do that. So it's been in for 15 minutes as uncovered. As you can see, the bottom, it's all done very golden brown, and it's really nice. So I'm gonna just turn the boil on. I want the top to get kind of crispy, and my potatoes are cooked. I'm just gonna sprinkle a little bit of olive oil on top of my salmon, and then I'll leave it on for about 5 minutes on boil, and I'll show you how it looks after. Here's my salmon. This is how it looks like. It's all done, and it's really crispy on top. I'm going to plate it and cut it and show you how. So here's my salmon. This is how I plate it. It tastes so good with all these potato, pepper, tomato, and the salmon itself. It tastes so good, and it's crispy on top. And it's going to show you how it looks like inside. And I'm just going to cut it a piece off. So because some of them are so dry, and honestly this one is so tender. It's really juicy, as you can see. It's not dry at all. It tastes so good. So try it. Really good. I know everybody knows how to make salmon. Everybody makes a lot of different ways. But try this this recipe, and you are gonna like it, and I really hope you enjoy making it and eating it.